Hi, friends. We're going to keep reading. Sing Sun here. We are on page 166, 166, 166. It says December 15th, 2008. Dear Mina. So we know that River is writing a letter to Mina. Dear Mina, there were lots of good things in your last letter, but I think you are a total nymphomaniac for asking me if I'd like to make out with a boy or a girl. I don't even want to think about that, man. Let's make a deal right now that we won't talk about things like this anymore because it's just weird. I'm writing a contract below and you can sign it and mail it back to me, okay? All right. I, Mina Joshi, do solemnly swear that I will never again write to my friend River Dean Justice about, number 1, anything to do with hair. Number 2, making out of any kind. Signed, your signature with the date. By River Dean Justice. December 17th, 2008. And this is written by Mina. Mina is writing this letter back to River. Nymphomaniac? I'm a nymphomaniac for asking if you'd rather make out with a girl or a boy? Number 1, I had to look up that word in the dictionary. Number 2, who says gross things like that? Number 3, it's not true. I am not a nymphomaniac. Number 4, I am not going to sign your stupid contract. If I were a lawyer, I would sue you for defamation of character. You are just like mommy daddy. You get mad about the craziest things. If you didn't want to tell me who you'd rather kiss, you should just say so. You don't have to insult me to get me out of answering. By the way, I'd still be your friend no matter how you answer. Let's see how you like it when I call you names. You're a great big squawking, mean, cowardly chicken boy. I cannot believe I had to waste a stamp on this letter. I am not writing to you again until you apologize for freaking out on me. This letter is from your friend who shaves her hairy legs. Ha 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 ha. I bet you're really freaking out now. 19th December 2008. Dear Mina. So now River's writing back to Mina. We have been in a fight for 3 letters now, and that is too long for friends to be mad at each other. I have decided just to say I'm sorry for calling you that name. It wasn't right of me. I'm sorry. I have been worried about that, and sometimes when I try to sleep at night, I lay there for a long time, wondering if you are still mad at me. Mama got mad at me the other day because somebody called Sarah Palin a bad name. She said, even if you don't agree with somebody, that you shouldn't call them names. And that when you start calling names, you've lost control of the conversation. So that made me think about what I said to you and made me realize that I'm real sorry. If you are sorry too, please write me back so we can be friends again. Yours truly, River. And Sarah Palin is a politician. So that's why people said a bad word about her. Okay, page 170, December 22nd, 2008. Dear River, so now Mina's writing back to River. Thank you for your apology. I am glad we can put these bad times behind us. I don't think I should be sorry for being myself and asking you a question I was curious about. So I'm not going to say sorry for that. What I am going to say is that I'm very sorry to have upset you. I did not mean to do that. I hope I will never upset you again. Mrs. Lau says that boys mature slower than girls. She says that maybe you are not ready to talk about things like what I asked you about. She said I respect that. It upsets you and not talk about it anymore. So that is what I will do. I want you to know that you're my friend no matter what. Okay? Yours truly, Mina. Okay, now the next page, 171, is not a letter from Mina, and it is not a letter from River. is something new. And it says on the top of the page what it is. It's a Google News item. So it was an item on the news on the computer that either Mina or River saw. So let's read the news. We have some news. Google News item. December 22nd, 2008, 4:56 p.m. The title of this news item is Boulders Dislodged from Mine Site Crash into School. Building destroyed. At least 5 children hurt. What? So mountaintop removal has caused a boulder to roll down and crash into the school. The building is destroyed. At least 5 children hurt. The school is destroyed by a boulder. A boulder is a very, 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 very big rock. A boulder is a very big rock. And the boulder got loose. It rolled down and it into the school. And 5 children are hurt. This is bad, terrible news. So this happened in Black Banks, Kentucky. That's where River lives. A bank of rocks left over from a mountain blasted by thousands of pounds of explosives at a coal mining site crashed into a Kentucky middle school, leaving behind irreparable damage and injuring 5 children who were in the gymnasium during basketball practice. Who's in basketball practice? River and his friends. It's a miracle the boys weren't killed, said Carl Blayton, a parent of one of the injured basketball players at Daniel Boone Middle School. So this is River's school. If school hadn't been out, there would have been dozens of dead children here. Most of the boys' injuries resulted from them trying to escape the approaching boulders, which were slowed down only by the thick walls of the gymnasium. However, the jolt of the boulders caused ceiling trusses to fall onto the gymnasium and onto 5 of the boys. So the ceiling fell down on the boys. The largest of the boulders managed to break through an exterior door and struck Mark Combs, who remains in stable condition after his left leg was crushed by the 3-ton boulder. So Mark Combs is River's best friend. River's best friend's leg was crushed by the boulder. The massive rocks, more than 1 dozen, rolled down a 1,500-foot high embankment at a mountaintop removal mining site. Mountaintop removal is a controversial form of coal mining that has recently come under fire from citizens in the Appalachian Mountains. In this practice, the entire contour of the mountain is changed forever, and waste or overburden is stored in nearby valley fills, impoundments containing rocks, dirt, and felled trees. Opponents of the mining practice say it was just a matter of time before someone was injured by the mining site, which stands atop Town Mountain, whose final slope serves as the backyard to the school. The Environmental Protection Agency is on site and assisting in the cleanup. The school's principal, Harold Wright, refused an interview for the story, but only said that the buildings are beyond repair and will have to be raised and rebuilt. In the meantime, when students return from their Christmas break, they will attend school at the local church and will take lunch in a double-wide trailers that are being supplied by FEMA. The fate of the basketball team, which was on track for the state championship, is more uncertain. A local elementary school gymnasium is available for practice, but with so many team members out for the rest of the season, the coach is unsure about restructuring his team. I can't even think about that right now, says Coach Ted Simpson. These boys are like my own sons, and all I can think right now is them getting better. Local grassroots activists, who's an activist? Mama's an activist, have been fighting the mining practice for years and have been galvanized by the recent opening of the mine so close to the school. Nellie Justice. Who's Nellie Justice? That's Mama. Is among the most vocal of those opponents. We've been saying for years that something like this would happen, Justice says. They think we fought hard before, but they haven't seen anything yet. This means war. So Mama's mad. She's going to fight and keep fighting. Justice's grandson, River Dean Justice, is one of the members of the team, but was not harmed in the accident. Whew. Oh, so that is the news that happened in Kentucky, where River lives. So now the next page, 174, is Mina again. Mina has heard this bad news. She saw it on the internet. And now she decided to use the internet to write to River so she could write to him quickly. And so she's using Kiku's email address. You see up here from kikurocks@yahoo.com. So that is Kiku's email address. Date 23rd of December 2008 at 3:18 p.m. Subject, very worried. To KY Basketball Boy 94@mountain.net. So that is River's email address. We heard about your school and the boys on the basketball team getting hurt. I know you are alive, but I'm very, 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 very worried. Please don't take a long time to write me back. Last night I dreamed you were all bloody and had no teeth. I hope you are okay. Your friend Mina. P.S. This is Kiku's email, but you can write me back here. So the next day, or the same day, a couple hours later, River writes back to Mina. So from KY Basketball Boy 94@mountain.net. On the same day, December 23rd at 6:45, subject, very worried, to kikurocks@yahoo.com. So he's writing Mina back on the email. He's using email too, instead of the post office. Mina, it was so good to see your email. Thank you for worrying about me. I am all right, but it was awful scary. I'll tell you about it as soon as I can. They say that the boulder that came through weighed 3 tons. You remember me talking about my best friend here, Mark? They say now that his leg is torn up so bad that he'll never play basketball again. I've been real upset for him. I better go for now, but I wanted to let you know that I'm okay and we'll write soon. If something like this ever happens again, you can call me at 606-553-4852. We should have given each other our phone numbers way back, but I just never thought of it. Sorry. I guess sooner or later we would have to break our rule about no email. Okay, so that's the end of that. So they emailed each other real quickly because of this terrible tragedy at River School that a boulder, big rock, came and knocked down his school. So things are getting terrible for River. Thanks for reading with me today. I'll talk to you soon.